You are now listening to Vigilantes Radio, presented by the Only One Media Group. This is the people's choice for quality interviews, celebrities, and special guests. Hosted by Demetrius Dini Reynolds. Call in to join the mix at 701-801-9813. For the complete archive of episodes, visit onlyonemediagroup.com and be sure to like us on Facebook at Vigilantes Radio. We welcome all. Enjoy the show. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome your host, Demetrius Houdini Black Reynolds. Enjoy the show.
Yo, hello and welcome to another awesome episode of Inside the Music or Inside the Book. Inside the Business, where we dive into the minds of the people who create marvelous things. It feels so good to be back with you guys once again. So one time for my people who are indigos, crystalline or starseeds, or for my Vigilantes audience family, and 2 times for my people who are vegetarian or vegans. If you're like me, we are averaging over 37,000 live listeners, and we've been at this for 4 solid years. I appreciate all you guys who've been rocking with the kid on this journey, and we are still evolving, baby. It is all because of you, most definitely. We are the people who have dedicated their lives to music, spirituality, business, literature, art, movies, and research in every aspect, and we want to allow you an opportunity to tell your story. Man, we've had celebrities on our show, from Grammy Award-winning artists to nominees to actors, comedians, CEOs, technology geniuses, visual artists, from authors to professors and aliens, or people who think they're aliens. It doesn't matter who you are or where you come from. Come on our show and talk to me. So check it out. To book an interview or just to share a real cool story, email me at vradio@onlyonemediagroup.com, and that's V as in Victor. I'm passionate about what I do, just as passionate about what you do, and together, yes, together, we can get your voice heard by the people who should hear it. So let's create something incredible. You know the number to dial, 701-801-9813. Text that number to your buddy right now and tell them to tune in to connect with us or our guests, or you can hop in the mix directly from our website, onlyonemediagroup.com. Right from the homepage, you can slap that go live button and you'll be right here live in the mix and in the chat room with all of us. Feel free to shoot over some questions to ask our guests while they are here, but only as time permits. Sometimes my guests and I talk entirely too much and we take up the entire hour. And as always, all episodes are available for free download, and you can grab that from either Spreaker.com/Only One Media Group, iTunes, YouTube, or any app from the Google Play or iTunes Store, or over at our website. And that goes for every single episode that we ever aired.
Yikes. I'm on top now, I cannot be stopped now. Take a hole, wipe the sweat from my brow. Grab the stereo, I bring it with me while I reach the flag like Mario. Jump down the pipe, end up in Ontario. Run around, do cardio. I'm on top now, cannot be stopped now. Hey, reaching for that paycheck, dump that cash cow. Best now I'm on a high and I'm not coming down. Bouncing higher than the trampoline, so high, being where life take me. I oversee while haters flee. BC tracks done carefree, cause I'm lordly, I ain't ordinary. You stationary, I'm extraordinary. I take on every adversary like I'm a mercenary. Adversity, that's something you deal with and not me, cause I'm straight royalty. You live in poverty, I sit at the top for all to see. I'm the cream of the crop, you wish you could be me. Me and my crew do it good, make that beat pop. We wipe the floor with you like a mop. Words that will make you bow at our feet, cause you don't want this beef, so take a back seat before I make your head spin like a spinning top. Check out my fact sheet. It proves I'm the kind of guy to throw you in the black sea, make your heart stop. I'm not a sheep. Words like that will send you to the chop. See your head on that block, you're deadlocked, shocked. But I don't care about your privilege, forgiveness. I'm finishing this with maliciousness. I'm feeling this, the side of wickedness.
So how are you? How are you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Doing great too, man. Doing great. Are you ready to get started?
Yes, I am.
All right, man. Well, welcome to the show. And, just to, I guess, address the elephant in the room, how are things going, as far as like your music career, where you live with COVID-19 being like the main culprit of a lot of venues being shut down, making it hard to do like person-to-person business. But I guess the online side of things is booming. But how has COVID-19 affected your music, if it has?
Well, it affected me somewhat because it made it somewhat easier to get started on music, because I hadn't really done music before early June this year, and so COVID has sort of helped me in a sense to focus on my music and to just get on with it and do stuff and produce stuff I love. But it's also made it more difficult, as you said, to actually get in with proper people and meet them in person and then get like record labels and stuff signed to my name.
Yeah. Is that the goal for your careers, to get signed by a label? Maybe it's an indie label or a major label. Is that the end goal?
Well, I wouldn't say it's the end goal. I want to continue doing music as long as I can, but it's definitely a point I want to get to. I definitely want to be seen as a professional artist and like do all kinds of gigs and meet all kinds of people. For sure, man. Well, let's back it up for a minute and kind of get like a history of who you are and how you began your musical journey. Yeah, sure. Well, okay, I'll start with my artist name, which is actually XWisdom. I started actually a fairly long time ago. I got a ghost written song for me in 2018, I want to say, but I didn't really start doing music until, as I said, early June this year. My actual name's Samuel Keeldolvin. If I was called Steve, I'd say Steve, but I'm not. So I go by Pugly on YouTube, and I've been doing that for just over 5 years now, I think. I've got all kinds of social medias, and I just hope to spread a positive message and do things I love, and that seems to be working out for me so far. So
definitely. So when you are writing and recording your music, do you have any artists in mind for inspiration when you go to write, or is your music more of like a internalized point of view of the things you experience and go through?
Well, some of my recent songs have been based on feelings I've had, but mostly I will just write words and then I'll go and listen to songs who I think it sort of kind of sounds like, and if I feel like I need another artist, I'll go on Fiverr and I'll hire someone to do the rapping part for me, and then afterwards I'll just keep on working on it, and at the end of it, I'll produce it. I'll put it out with DistroKid after I've made the cover art, and hope it gets seen.
For sure, man. And you are like in the perfect world of the music industry, so to speak. When I started, man, like, trying to get heard, you had to go like to the local gas stations and Walmart or, the street corners and try to sell your music in CD form. And now, you can just meet 1,000 people at a, right there at a time's moment and say, hey, check out my link. have you found like social media to be an advantage to, your approach to the music career in this day and age?
Yeah, definitely. We are like the generation of information. Sometimes that information's a bit wrong, but that's okay because nobody's perfect. Yeah. But yeah, definitely it helps to work on social media, because that way there's so many people on social media that like you said, you can be seen in a moment's notice by like thousands of people. So you have to obviously take into account your social media presence when you're doing music, but not to a degree where it affects your music.
Yeah. Speaking about affecting music, you're in the UK, right?
Yes. Yeah.
All right. And I'm in the States. So politics seem to run, deep in the roots of our, countries. They're just policies and regimes that are just driven by politics, whether good or bad. That's neither here or there. But still, do politics ever find their influence in your music?
Sometimes, yeah. I've definitely had a couple of tracks where there's things around the world where I've seen that's just not right and that should be fixed, but the powerful people aren't fixing it. They're not caring about the little guy, so to speak.
Yeah, man, I totally agree. Sometimes you just gotta make it known where you stand, draw that line in the sand, so to speak. Yeah. So what about, I've heard J. Cole. You listen to J. Cole?
I haven't heard his stuff, but I've heard of him, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Well, J. Cole, he said this one line, and I forgot the name of the song. It was maybe called Too High to Riot. And he said, let me think, being an artist is the best excuse for being crazy. Reference like it's easy to, draw the line in the sand again about mental health or, just being super creative that no one understands you or no one gets you, whether it's your personality or the way you think, your method of madness, so to speak. So I thought that was pretty right on. That's what I think. I wouldn't call it an excuse, but yeah, I think some of the most creative human beings in this world are a little non-traditional when it comes to thinking. What about you? What do you think about mental health and music? How are they related?
Well, I think it's definitely important that we spread the message of mental health, because there are so many people out there that are struggling in silence. Like me, for example, for a while I struggled in silence with my mental health. I definitely think you have to be a little bit off or strange to do anything like YouTube or music or social media, because you're just committing so much of your time to it, and you've got to be so different to get out there. And I think that's what so many artists are definitely doing, and I think they should just continue to do that and continue to spread the message of mental health and how important it is, and anti-bullying and everything like that.
Yeah. So you say you struggled in silence, about mental health. Like, what was the reason to come forward and share your journey with the world?
Yeah, well, the reason I came forward personally was because I personally couldn't take it anymore. I had suicidal thoughts and idealization, and so I spoke to someone and got myself some help, and now I would say I'm probably in a better place.
Yeah, it's cool, man. I'm glad to hear that. So is mental health like a constant message within your music?
No, I wouldn't say so. I haven't made any music that's directly linked into it currently, but maybe I will one day. I'm not sure. I'm only on my second album, so we'll have to see.
Nice. Is the second album out now? Or is it
it's currently being worked on. I've just started making a song about missing someone important in your life, because I've had a lot of people sort of abandon me, and it's sort of about how that feels, and it's about to be mastered. I think it'll be mixed and mastered sometime around next month, and then it'll be out as soon as it's mastered.
Nice. Is there a title for the second album?
The title for the second album is The Circus, and it's sort of about it's sort of about how I feel like as an artist I'm a little bit goofy right now, but I will improve.
Yeah, okay. The Circus, I like that. Is there a definite date that you're shooting towards? I don't know if you like into numbers.
Well, definite dates, not really. I just kind of put it out as soon as it comes out and hope like it's been seen and people likes it. But I would probably say early next month, sometime.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, like, when you drop your projects, you're on your second one now. How long do you wait before you begin to work on something new?
I get started like straight away. As soon as my music comes out, I'm working on the next one. Yeah.
Why is that? Like, again, reference my time in the industry. An artist could live off their album for 3 years, an LP, rather. They tour, they do interviews, shake hands, kiss babies, hug necks, just to get the word out for like 3 years. And now, there's so many fishes in the sea, so to speak. There are so many artists who do the same thing that either the attention span is getting shorter, per listeners, or, it's just the competitive nature of this business that if you don't release constantly or consistently, like, people forget about you. What are your whole thoughts about, releasing music and the time spent on promoting the records and talking about it?
Yeah, well, like I said, it definitely shouldn't affect your music to a point that your music gets worse, but you definitely need to put out as much music as you can that is good, because if you don't, you're just not going to get heard, and like you said, people may just stop caring. But yeah, definitely put all your effort into every aspect of your music.
Definitely. So what's happening for you, man, in the next, for the rest of this year? I know we're going through a lot right now, but what's in the immediate future for XWisdom?
For me, the immediate future, I'm going to be doing promotion. I'm going to be doing hopefully more interviews. I'm going to hopefully put out many more albums. I'm going to try and start working on my third album and continue doing what I do, as well as that which would be YouTube, and just hope for the best, really.
Yes, sir. All right. Any predictions on what the next project may hold?
The next project may hold some more like feely songs, maybe some more like upbeat songs, maybe some more sad songs, maybe a little bit more like singy-songy than I usually do, and we'll just have to see.
Yeah. So kind of walk us through your process, your creation process, like from how songs are just an idea to a concept, and then how they become a full-on track.
Yeah, well, usually I start by the title, and I get the chorus based on that. I write that down. Once I've tweaked it, I've played it around in my head. I find the beat that's perfect for it, or I feel like it's perfect for it. I work from what I've got lyrics-wise, and I add to it, and then once it's all done, I send it off to my person on Fiverr, who is totally good and totally worth the price I'm paying, and he mixes and masters it. I make the cover art most of the time. I upload it to DistroKid, SoundCloud, anything like that, and I distribute it out, and that's about the entire process.
All right. Well, before we let you go, where can listeners connect with you online?
There's so many places that can connect with me. It's crazy. But basically, I'm mostly known as Pugly. You can find me as Pugly, Real Pugly, at Real Pugly on Twitter, at Real_XWisdom on Instagram, YouTube, Pugly, but it probably comes up as Kelsam11 because I haven't changed that yet. I've got a Facebook page apart from YouTube, where it's like a little community where I share everything, and that's about everything apart from maybe Reddit.
I love Reddit.
Yeah, it's very handy.
Yeah. Yes, it is. So, one more question, man. The name XWisdom. What was the inspiration for that?
Well, I thought one day I was just thinking. I thought artists, when they're collabing with someone, like it may be something like you say a razor brand like Harry's, and then it goes X, say David Beckham, and so what I thought was X is with, and wisdom is just wisdom, so I'm kind of saying with wisdom, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it's clever. Okay, it's very clever. I like that.
Thank you. I worked on it for a while, so.
Yeah. Did you have any other names before that?
No, that was the first thing I came up with, and it kind of stuck to me, so I just stuck with it. Other than that, just like Kelsam11, but that's my old YouTube name, which I actually got from my dad because he was half asleep, and I was asking for a Roblox name in 2013, and he said Kelsam, because that's your name backwards, which it's not, and then I just added the 11. So, thank you, tired dad. Yeah.
All right, man. Well, I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. I know it's probably getting too early evening there, right?
Yeah, it's 5:32 currently.
Yeah, the day's just getting started here. Well, it's been started for some time now, but it's 11:32 here. So yeah. More to come, listeners. So, yeah, man, XWisdom, I appreciate you for being our special guest this morning.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, truly a pleasure, man, and looking forward to what you have to produce when it comes to the second project. Make sure you drop me a note, man, because I want to listen to the entire project. And yeah, for sure, man. Check it out. All right, man. Well, take care and be safe out there.
You too. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Bye.
I've been thinking thoughts and writing notes, getting votes, writing quotes. I'm a jet in need of the speed like I'm a thief. I'm the commander-in-chief, I'll make it brief, I won't give you grief. We made it to the top, now we're never looking down. Drama comes with being alive, so let's thrive. Take the test drive, testify to stay satisfied. That way you can say you tried. Apply yourself, think differently, reach that entry, do it skillfully. Use your whole ability, agility, flip the whole industry. We reach the top, now we're never looking down. Yeah, life is give and take, just hope you give more than you take, and maybe you'll end up in a great place. We reach the top, now we never looking down. We at the top and we never going back, despite the negative feedback. Nah fam, that would be whack. Like a setback, or dental plaque. But no boys, we back. We reach the top, now we never looking down. Looking down, looking down, looking down.
Thank you, my Vigilantes family, as always, for checking out my podcast over here at Vigilantes Radio. All episodes are available for free download, and you can grab that from either Spreaker.com/only1mediagroup, iTunes, YouTube, any app that's on a Google Play or iTunes store, or our website. And that goes from every single episode that we've ever aired. If you'd like to request music or a particular guest or send something for me to play, email it to theradio@only1mediagroup.com. If it's music, please label it by artist and title. Here's my disclaimer. We are genre free, we do not judge, and we absolutely do not base our opinions on hearsay but facts alone. And actually, you can scratch all of that because all of my opinions are always right. That's the bottom line. This is my show, so deal with it. Just kidding. On behalf of myself, Dini-Mussolini, I appreciate all you guys for tuning in, either afterwards or live with us. Spread the word, because sharing is caring. We stepped up our game just for you guys and our guests to make sure that you have the best experience here on our show. Be sure to connect with us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Tumblr, as well as Spreaker. We always follow back. That is the number one rule. Okay, well, just remember to be yourself and be absolutely great at just doing that. Avoid being too comfortable, because you're messing with your potential when you do that. Peace and have a good night.
You are now listening to Vigilantes Radio, the people's choice for quality interviews, art, music, and hot topics. Hosted by Demetrius Houdini Black Reynolds of the duo No Longer the Hero. All episodes of this podcast are available for free download at www.onlyonemediagroup.com. This is a Seventh Sign Regime Rebirth Worldwide Syndicate exclusive.